Sorry guys. The thing about fight is it can be enjoyed by everyone. Even if you don't necessarily like the fights, you can still enjoy it. If you have some kind of emotional attachment to the story, as we have already mentioned in our previous Shonen 101 video. So hello guys, this is O4 Otaku, more than a regular anime review. So today we are back with another interesting Shonen 101 video and we will be continuing our discussions with anime battles. Battles are kind of a climax to a shonen story, so even the most staunch action haters want it to happen. Maybe just to satisfy their desire, or maybe just to see justice happening with their favorite character, or maybe just to see their favorite character covered in glory. But let's just keep aside all these emotional parts, will ya? Apart from all this, there are other lot great reasons why we like to watch anime fights. One of them is being simple and pure badassery. I have to admit that some of the reasons that I became an anime fan was because of the Sharingan of the Sasuke and Kakashi. Yes, it was there. Zoro's 3-sword technique? Of course it is. Byakuya's Shikai? How can you forget that? These are some of the things that actually make you one of the fans of that character, and you have that desire inside you that will drive you like crazy to be like them. Just like every pop culture fan in the world wanted to become like Batman at some point of their life, every anime fan also wanted to become Super Saiyan and to have Sharingan at some point. I wanted to be like that. Sorry guys. Forgive me peeps if I am heavily leaning towards the male stereotypes, but we are just introducing badass, right? So badass is that character who is very overpowered and has a lot of stamina or endurance, but the common thread between them is coolness. So guys, today we are going to present you with the most stylish, coolest and badass fights in shonen anime. Now all of you people know that there are hundreds of fights in shonen genre, but to manage our time and your time, we will look into only 3 of those. And let me tell you that there is no established order or there is no ranking. You just have to think about which is the best for you. And don't get disappointed that if your favorite fight doesn't feature in our list. You can always tell us in the comment section. So as you guys already know that in our previous Shonen 101 video, Naruto, Bleach and Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood already featured. So they are not gonna feature in this video. I have explained all these rules in our previous 101 video, but if you are still confused or if you haven't watched it, you can always check the video description to find out the link. Anyways guys, with this, let's get started. Now this might be a little surprising to most of you, but since we have already mentioned about badass and visually stunning fights, this fight has both of the things. Netero, who is the chairperson of Hunters Association and one of the most all-time badass old guys, including the likes of Yamamoto and Master Roshi, just challenged Meruem, the king of Chimera Ants, to a death battle. The first impression of this guy in the anime gave me the feeling that he is very calm, very cool, and since he was the chairperson, anyone could have easily guessed he was pretty damn strong. I wonder myself, why does it have to be always the old guys with superhuman strength? Anyways guys, let's talk about the fight. As Meruem moves to the fighting stance, emanating his dark and powerful aura, Netero takes it to the sky, and we notice that in the flashback, Netero always waited for his opponents in the past. But this time it was not meant to be, as he knew he is probably facing the strongest opponent he has ever had. He initially activated his Nen ability and I was just jumping on my seat. I was hit with a burst of amazement. He is a freaking Buddha! He used his 99th hand and it was so powerful that both of them fell into the tomb quickly as the ground crumbled. Meruem was surprised and it seemed to me as though he was at a disadvantage. Even the king of Chimera Ants had nothing but praise for this guy. I honestly don't know how he was even not scratched from that attack. Any other ant would have died twice or maybe thrice by that barrage of attacks. But then again guys, we have already noticed that the royal guards of King, they were not even affected by a bunch of hunters. So this is kind of expected. Anyways, the fight continued and Meruem just analyzed the rhythm and weakness of Netero as in the manner of playing Gungi. He again was full of praise for such a human in front of him, and to that, Netero gave him the most savage reply ever. It felt to me as if this battle was fated from a long time and this was a battle of pride. In a split second, Meruem just severed one of Netero's leg and after some time his arm. I thought it was over for Netero and very soon he will be torn into pieces. But guys, to my greatest surprise, his willpower far succeeded my expectations and he lands his most powerful attack, the Zero Hand. It was so devastating, even the entire tomb collapsed and Meruem was battered all over. After this, Netero succumbed to old days while the king was still standing as if his pride will not let him fall. I was thinking that how is this guy even standing? So in the final moments of the fight, Netero activated his final attempt of retaliation with Miniature Roach, a powerful bomb that had the capability of destroying everything within the range. So even in his death, we got to witness one of the most iconic moments in the anime world. Everyone knows that Gon vs Pitto is the pinnacle of Hunter x Hunter series, but still, this fight, this will be remembered by every fan, and that is why this is on our list. As soon as you hear badass from me, a lot of you probably guessed that this fight would be in this video. If you have already guessed it, then congrats, we are on the same page. But I will be honest with you guys. When Escanor wasn't introduced in the anime, there were rumors that another awesome character is going to be added in the 7 Deadly Sins by the manga readers. By the manga readers. Why does it have to be always like that? I wasn't particularly excited about him. I thought that this is one of those characters which is overly hyped and very flashy, but he will be over the time a sidekick to the main character. But oh boy, I was so wrong. I have to admit that at the start of the fight, it was a little bit weird and confusing to me. The whole episode was showing the various backstories of Meliodas and his scenes at Jaratoras, but all of a sudden we are cut into the battle scene of the castle and city. And we are shown that Estarossa is standing in front of the Holy Knights as well as the Sins. Estarossa was emanating his aura, and actually all the Holy Knights and the Sins, they were not able to move from that place. I was pretty confused at that. I mean, how did we get here? How did it happen and when did it happen? How did the fight scene cut into this part? But all of these questions were suddenly turned into excitement, and I saw that Escanor was walking towards him. When you see that kind of scene for the first time, you know that something incredible and serious is going to happen. Okay guys, by this time we know that what is Escanor capable of. I mean, this guy already sliced Garland in half in one swing, and Estarossa was even more frightening than him. So you guys can understand when he is walking towards him how powerful Escanor is. At the start of the fight, we saw that Escanor was pummeled into ground by Estarossa, and we saw that he was sliced by full counter. I thought to myself that he is the most powerful demon we have ever seen, and he is gonna overpower Escanor. But my thoughts just disappeared in one line when he said that this is exactly what happened with me. You think that this is the guy, this is the moment you are hoping for, and he's not gonna stop, he's not gonna rest, he will just absolutely massacre anyone who comes in front of his sight. And to the delight of absolutely everybody, Escanor actually delivers. He sends Estarossa flying with his first cruel sun and gives us one of the most freakishly cool lines in anime before the second. Estarossa actually declares that Escanor can't possibly win against him, as he nullified his magic and physical attack with his full counter. And what do you think of Escanor's reply? This shows the amount of pride Escanor possesses within him. A mere demon like you can't even comprehend my self-divine. This is the thing that Escanor actually wanted to tell him. Estarossa dares to question him that he doesn't stand a chance against him. Escanor absolutely blasts Estarossa to the kingdom with his second cruel sun. It was so powerful that his grumpy-faced brother can't even stop him. Anyway, after this, Escanor reached god level status, at least in my head. Moving on to the next fight, guys. Since I've already mentioned about our rules, you guys must be wondering why this fight featured in it, as all the different students also had some part to play in it. And guys, even if they did involve, the main part actually belonged to All Might and Nomu. As soon as All Might heard about the chaos in USJ, he rushed into the aid of his colleagues and students, and my god, that was some kind of an entry, and it was really mind-blowing. The music, the intensity, the change in atmosphere was clearly visible. After all guys, he is the symbol of peace. He saved Eraserhead and the students and swears that he will make everything okay. I was so excited after the entrance that even I forgot that the very next day I had some kind of exam.
Nobody asked about you.
Alright guys, after this, All Might rushed towards Nomu and he just hit him with Carolina's Smash. We all know that when All Might names an attack, how much powerful it's gonna be. But this guy, Nomu, he wasn't even flinched by it. He just absorbed everything. I came to know that this guy is specifically built to counter everything of All Might. He was just kind of like a machine with no actual emotions. But even with that, I had that belief that All Might would turn it around. He just suplexed Nomu. Wait a minute. This reminds me of a certain someone. Anyways guys, All Might's attack were caught off guard due to Kurogiri and Nomu just caught hold of his weakest point. I came to a realization that it wasn't going to be very easy for All Might, and in fact, it was really going to be very brutal. You are watching your best hero with such pain, and even Kurogiri had plans to cut off his body in half. I thought that this is the end for All Might and we will just have another Jiraiya moment in the anime. But this wasn't going to be. The young generation stepped up, Midoriya, Bakugo and Todoroki came to his rescue, and I'm pretty happy that we didn't have our Jiraiya moment. Now, everybody, including me, was equally surprised when Nomu actually regenerated his body. I thought, this guy can regenerate, this guy can shock absorb, how are you gonna defeat this guy? Nomu even launched an attack on Bakugo and it was so fast that nobody could react except All Might, and he received a big blow for it. Well, what do you think happened next? Everything went serious after this and All Might just unleashed his attacks beyond 100%. Midoriya's reaction actually explained everything to me. They were fighting and the shockwaves were felt through the entire arena. Those punches of All Might were so powerful that even Nomu couldn't regenerate in time. Everyone just watched in awe and All Might just blasted Nomu with a dynamic smash through the arena, and the entire area was vibrating from that impact. This was the moment when I knew this anime will be super awesome in future. That's why guys, this is on our list. So that is it for all the 3 fights guys. If you liked our video then make sure you hit the like button, and if you are new here and you want to have more of such videos then make sure you subscribe our channel and press the bell icon to get the notifications. You can also follow us on Instagram as we post some interesting content there. So with this we are wrapping up guys. This is O4Otaku signing off.